Hey everybody, this is sort of a follow-up, a quick follow-up hopefully, for the review I just posted about this a few days ago. I surprisingly found myself in a really difficult situation trying to put this back together again, and I'm talking about just this mechanical slider portion. So this is going to be a quick video showing you how to do it the easy way. I found an easy way to do it, so please join me. Won't take long. Like I said, I did a review on this just a few days ago. It is called the 5-in-1, at least that's what I'm calling it. And initially I thought it was by an unknown maker, but then I realized there was a card in the box, so we'll say it's LXEDC. Real quick, there's going to be backstory on this. I'll do that first. I'll make it quick, but I'll tell you here is the jump ahead point to where I show you how to get past the issues here. So you can jump right ahead to that and learn what the mystery is. But real quick, I've had it for a few days now, really enjoy it. To review, it's got a magnetic coin type rotation here, mechanical rotation coin type here. Forgot the button, clicker button. One side is mechanical, 14 clicks, and the other side is magnetic on balls, 3 balls each side. It's a 2-click, and it has a little bit of a spring to it. So I'm pretty happy with it, but the problems all occurred when and so one thing that I left out, I figured I usually take apart my fidgets so that I know what I'm doing before I film it, and it's less of a hassle for me mostly, but then I want my videos to be a source for you to go to when you have problems with your toy or whatever, and be able to watch that video and learn how to fix it, and not have to watch me muddle through the issues and stuff. And I actually did practice to a point. I took this whole thing apart except for this part. I thought, that'll be easy. There's 2 balls. I can see from here there's going to be 2 balls, 2 springs, and some kind of limiting pin. And there's 2 screws. How hard can that be? But it turned into not a nightmare, but I ended up cutting like 10 minutes out of the video where I messed around in different ways trying to do it. The problem was this magnetic side. There's an awful lot of magnets, and especially when you have this plate comes off, and when it's on, you have twice as many magnets over here, and all that magnetic strength is well, it's circulating around the whole thing. But when you're trying to put the springs back in place on this side, because remember it's 2 springs and 2 balls, when you're trying to put those springs back in on this side, the magnetism from this side interferes so much that you have to slip. My only solution in the video, the review video, was to slam the parts together as quickly as I could, and I didn't get it right the first time, you know, and you could damage it that way. But I found an easy way to do it, and that's what we're going to focus on tonight. I'm not going to take the whole thing apart again. I really do enjoy it. It's really well made, and you should watch my original video. I will put a link to that in the description and in the pinned comment. So let's go ahead, take this apart, just this part, and put it back together again, and you will learn a new secret. So, take this apart. I'm using a T6, although that's not what you should be using. It is an Allen head screw, but probably metric. I didn't want to go routing through all that stuff. This T6 fits nicely. So I'm gonna hold these together while I'm doing it so it doesn't come apart. And there we go. Get these. I really need to find a good set of plastic tweezers because the magnetism in these has become an issue lately. Alright, if I'm just going to take this apart, all I got to do is lift everything off. And when I do, this is what you see. The ball fell out. Where are all the parts at? I've got to find the parts first. The other ball stayed on top of the spring. So there's 2 balls and The part that I ended up cutting out of my video were all the attempts that I made. I tried to put everything on this side, and then I tried to put everything on this side, and then I thought again, I tried this side, and it went back and forth. I think this is about the only way to go about doing this. Arrange everything on this side. So there's your detents. You know that the ball needs to go against those. These are the two holes the springs and balls go in. So I'm going to go ahead and line this up, and then drop a ball in each hole. Then put a spring in each, on top of each ball. Okay, now we have the whole thing upside down. You can move it back and forth until everything's standing up nice and straight. Once again, I forgot to add the pin. You need this limiting pin, and it goes down in this hole right here. Okay. Now, here's where things went sour in the other video. The only way I could figure out how to get this back together was to arrange everything like you see right here, and then cross my fingers and slam this thing together. Because what happens, like I told you, there's a lot of magnets on this piece, and there's a lot of magnets on this piece. You can lessen that magnetism by taking this off, but the method I'm going to show you here, you don't even need to do that. But the idea is, let's line these up side by side so they make a little bit more sense. There's three countersunk holes here, and these two are where the springs need to rest, and this is where the pin, the other side of this pin, needs to sit. So I'm going to show you the problem. As I bring this close, the magnetism generally in this area dropped. There, it already drew the spring up from that far away. There, both of them. It just interferes with assembly so much. It drives you crazy. And I'm sure I could have easily done damage by slamming it down. You know, you could ruin one of the springs, but that's not the way to go about it. Here is the big trick. All I did was just give it some extra thought. Get a piece of paper. And I found what we want to do. Oh, I got two pieces of paper. Well, I only want to do one here for this demonstration. The idea is to use a piece of paper to hold those springs down. Now, the problem is one sheet of paper, you have to get them held down and also stay clear of that little pin. And one sheet of paper is just a little bit too flimsy to do that. So let's fold this in half. Oops, knocked over my spring there. Okay, and get everything lined up nice. And like I said, this now, what you want to do is keep it nice and taut and bring it over those two springs, and then bring your thumbs down and apply pressure and just keep it that way. If you hold it down, now the springs are held down, the magnet can't pull them up when I go to put this back together again. And what I want to keep that pin clear for is that's kind of how I'm going to feel where I'm at. That's what I'm looking for. So just lay everything on top, move it around. Maybe you heard that little, I'll do it again. There, the pin went in. So now I can just pick the whole thing up, keeping it squoze together, and just gently work that out. And now put the screws back in. Do that. I wish I'd have figured that out earlier. And I hope that you will find it useful. Certainly on this model, I can't say I've really encountered that too much before, now that I think about it. I know magnets have been kind of an interference like this on occasion, but off the top of my head, I just can't remember which toy that might have been. But yeah, the 5-in-1 by LXEDC. There is my hopefully correction or an addition to the video I made just a few days ago. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments there. I'll be happy to get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching. Bye.